running a little bit behind, so we'll just chuck that over from there. Why is my sound not working for the race? Let's fix that real quick. There we go. All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode coming your way of the... oh, let me just change something there. Slight naming a change. All right, we're here with the Oz eSim Racing's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 5. We're here in Road America, Elkhart Lake, USA. We're in Wisconsin for tonight's race. Road America is a, where's my notes? There we go. It's a 6.5 kilometer track, 14 official corners, long straights. Road America is known for its multiple long straights. Cars need good top end speed and strong acceleration out of the corners. Drafting is huge, especially multi-class or spec racing. Actually, while we're talking about that, let's just get the qualifying screen up. Let's see here. Where's best times? There we go. Get qualifying working. Currently, quick time does belong with Mr. Steven Varga to 11.476. So back to the track characteristics. So heavy braking zones, corners like turn 1, turn 5 at the bottom of the hill, and Canada corner and turn 12 are prime overtaking spots. And as you brake from high speeds, braking stability is critical. Now, there are elevation changes. The circuit has natural rolling hills with notable climbs like the run from turn 5 up to turn 6 and the final hill leading onto the main straight. Now, these affect car balance and traction, as well as corner variety. You've got everything here: fast sweepers, slow hairpins, the chicane, the kink and Canada corner. Sorry, the kink and turn 11 and Canada corner sequence, and double technical double apex turns. I will spit this out if it's last. I'm going to do a carousel. Is turns 9 and 10 for the double apex. Now the Gen 3s here, those cars absolutely fly here. They hit very high top speeds on the front stretch on the run to Canada corner. Drafting will play a big role in these races. Now braking zones, obviously heavy braking into turn 1, turn 5 and Canada corner test the stability of these cars. Lockups are easy if you overdo it. So smooth brake modulation is a key. Now the corners, turn 1 is a fast right-hander. Entry speed is high, but you need to protect the rear of the rear on a corner exit. Braking zones now. Turn 5, a huge overtaking spot. I missed my notes. The downhill braking zone really pushes the front tyres. Now you've also got the carousel, turns 9 and 10. The long right-hander loads the left tyres very heavily. Tyre management becomes critical. And you've also got the kink in turn 11. It's a very tricky in a supercar. Flat out isn't guaranteed. Depends on setup and tyres. A small slide means a trip into the wall. And then the final corner, turn 14. Crucial for lap times. Get a good launch for the long uphill front straight. Looks like we've got 2 races. Here's Hell Reaper in the chat. Good luck with you, sir. I missed the first note. It looks like it's only giving me part of the chat. So let me just bring up my dashboard. As I take a sip of my coffee. Oh no, it's just the just Hell Reaper Sand Racing. I thought there was some comment above it, but that's my auto note. Not long to go. Let's jump over to the ugly iRacing screen because it'll give us a bit of details here. So yeah, we can see here under the leaderboard. So heat 1 will be a 15 lap, 45-minute feature. There will be a 3-lap feature, which will invert. And obviously then our final 15-lap, 45-minute feature race here. So about an hour and 20 minutes, almost hour and a half worth of racing. So yeah, good time to come in, sit down, take your feet off, take your shoes off, put your feet up and all that sort of stuff. I'm only 2 sips into my coffee. We'll take a little bit to get started. I've got some dinner here as well. Singapore omelette, because I'm fancy like that. All right, heat 1. I think we might lose the track map here we have traditionally, so we'll see how we go. All right, so obviously we did say Stephen Varga had quick time. He's on that front row with Jacob Fraser, Jeff Price, and Ben Meter got around that second row. Greg Cook and Jacob Smith on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Justin Penfather and Kane Lewis. Carl Brigham and Juha Cirilla on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Ash Rogers and Brock Clark. Behind them will be Wayne Rogers and Wade Georgeson. Ram Jam Potter, Cliff Potter and David Jansen on that eighth row. Ninth row is going to be Milan Payrak and Matteo Manelli. Happy Father's Day in Australia, everybody. For those of you that are fathers, yeah, I hope you were spoiled and had a good day. I did. I had the kids message me and stuff. One of them dropped in with a present, little photo frames, photos in it and stuff. So it's quite nice. I enjoyed it. Good dinner. And we get to finish off the night with a bit of racing. So not bad at all. All right, side by side there, the 1 and 2 cars are. As we get everyone onto that straightaway, we'll just go. Oh, there goes someone there. That's Juha Cirilla in the background there. He went off track. Well, we'll go back and we'll just have a look at some of those cars. Yeah, so Ben Mead, one of the first cars to go off track. Let's see if we can see what happened there. Just forced off there by the Great Phantom machine. We'll try David Jansen. It's the blue Quantum car back there behind you, huh? No, it's not. It's that one there. Looks like he just had a bit of an issue starting him at the rear of the field. And yeah, obviously, it's been a lot more has happened since then. Big crash here. Looked like a number of cars involved. Just trying to get down to the track to actually see it. Looks like iRacing having a few issues tonight, so we'll just get down to the live screens and we'll pick up on our current lap. We don't have the track map in Heat 1. It's a bit of a flaw with the system for some reason. Just trying to work out why we don't have a track map in this situation. It is most certainly enabled and good to go. Stephen Varga currently our race leader. Jacob Fraser and Jacob Smith second and third. Kane Lewis in fourth. Greg Cook top 5. Ben Mead, Justin Penfather, Brock Clark, Ash Rogers, and Carl Brigham round out the top 10. We can see those boys there on our screens. Right behind them, Ram Jam Potter, Matteo Manelli as well. Looks like Wade Georgeson was back there. There he is. Back to the live stuff. Getting a few blinks here tonight, guys. I'm not sure what is going on. iRacing not enjoying life at the moment. I wonder what it's like for the boys out on the field if they're experiencing the same technical issues. That is Cole Brigham coming off track there, but iRacing having a hard time dealing with it. Shut down some programs at my end, maybe. Hopefully not that it's. I mean, it's been fine, but just to make sure there's nothing too crazy. iRacing needs all the bandwidth it can get. Currently locked on the 10 car of Brock Clark there. He is in the Karcher Mitre 10 machine, just behind Ash Rogers, just in front of Ben Mead. Oh, sorry, Wayne Rogers. Sorry, no relation to Ash. I spit it out. Sorry. I went and had a bit of a lay down this afternoon just for because I knew I was broadcasting tonight, and the weather's terrible down here where I'm in Tasmania at the moment. So the rain was going, and it was just apparently too soothing, and I fell asleep. Like the little lay down nap was a bit longer than intended. So just trying to wake myself up, eat some dinner. Still lots of racing to go. We're only lap 3 of 15 into our first of 2 15-lap main events here tonight. Got a Consi race in the middle as well. Oh, that was a big mouthful. So sorry there. Looks like Elaine Parak has jumped to the pitch, got a black flag. Let's see if we can see what happened there. I guess not. We'll try again. Alright, I think playing up a little bit tonight. Oh, there's Milan just spinning out there. Back to the live screen. It's a 420 Austin Racing League branded Adidas machine. That's Wayne Rogers in the 420 car. Oh, I've just slammed that coffee. There we go. I'll get another one very soon. I have to heat that top. Oh, still got my lance details in my telemetry. Let me fix that. Oh, track map's working again. Restart the event recording. That's not working properly. My telemetry is not doing its thing. There we go. I think Ash Rogers just coming off track. Still in 8th spot though. Matteo Manelli, Wayne Rogers behind him. So Brock Clark dropped a few spots back down to 15th. Juha Cirilla's in 16th. All right, let's see if that's working. I think things are starting to balance it back out a little bit here. We've got Wayne Rogers, Cole Brittingham, Ram Jam Potter, Jeff Price, Wade Georgeson. Looks like Ash Rogers is there. Just a few car spots back. Brock Clark coming down to that same left-hander the boys just took. Looks like Milan Payrak has retired, so just 17 cars remain in 17th spot here at Road America for the 420 for the Aussie Sim Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercar round. David Jansen in 17th, Juha Sorella 16th, 15th, Brock Clark. Ash Rogers is in 14th with Wade Georgeson 13th. Cliff Ramjam Potter in 12th. Jeff Price 11th. The top 10, Cole Brittingham 9th. Wayne Rogers. Matteo Manelli in 8th. Kane Lewis. Jaff is in 7th. Ben Mead 6th. Our top 5, Justin Penfather. Greg Cook in 4th. Our podium runners at the moment, Jacob Smith in 3rd. Jacob Fraser in 2nd. And Stephen Varga in our race leaders. It looks like Wade Rogers heading on in to the pits. Oh, what's wrong with that camera? Oh, there we go. The focus point. Oh, I know what that is. Let me fix that real quick. That's this. Actually, let me just reload the cameras real quick. Broke something earlier, and look at this 3 wide. Greg Cook. No, that's not Juha Sorella. That's Kane Lewis and who is it? Is it Matteo Manelli? Looks like Ben Mead up ahead. Justin Penfather behind him. Sorry. Ben Mead, Greg Cook, Justin Penfather. We can see Jaffa Kane Lewis just back there behind Justin. There he is there on our screens. We can also see Matteo Manelli not that far back either. Oh, we had a good run for a bit there without any blinks. There's a wide shot of the track just while we wait for iRacing to reconnect. It hasn't dropped us, has it? No. See if anyone's mentioned anything in the chat about it playing up. Doesn't look like Jeff Price heading into the pits as well. A bunch of the cars seem to be steadily settling in to their pace speeds here. A couple of little packs. It looks like Greg Cook might have a challenge here. He's going to have to go a little bit later on that turn, which made him go wide, which has given Justin Penfather the run on the inside up into 5th. Greg's back to 6th there as this battle wages on. Game of Fuel versus the Thirst Cruncher. I prefer solo in this respect. I think we spoke about this last week when we saw the similar battle. prepped. Might be, mate. All right, halfway through heat 1, about 8 laps in, 7 to go. It's a couple of guys have had their one pit stop along the run. Let's see if we can see who that is at the moment. Oh, no, down here. There we go. So we can see there. Looks like Jeff Rice, Wayne Rogers, but probably not strategy pits. Looks to be more damage and concern pits, as they are a lap or so down as we continue on this first of 2 heats here tonight. Road America, this is the Gen 3 V8 Supercars, the Oz eSIM Racing League. All right, really experiencing some weird issues with iRacing tonight. How's the stream looking? Telemetry's sort of working. We're on lap 8, which is good. What do we got here? We've got Matteo Manelli. He is trying to race up on Greg Cook, who not only got himself into the 5th place spot, but looks like he's managed to get past Matteo there to move into the top 4. Can't quite see that on the telemetry. Just hoping to replay it. These two continue this battle. Well, looks like the front runners are all heading into the pit. Stephen Varga, Jacob Smith, Ben Mead, Greg Cook, Kane Lewis. Looks like Matteo Manelli is the only one who stayed out. Right, Cole Brittingham and Jeff Price battling it out here hard for, what is this, 13th and 14th spot. Another bunch of guys going into the pits up ahead of them. Kane Lewis, Brock Clark, Wade Georgeson. We saw Juha Cirilla briefly. We saw that unmistakable pink machine. Barney's got the best seat in the house on that start-finish line. Watching them come up to the straightaway into the first turn. Away they go. Excuse me. Oh, belly. Once again, if you've just tuned in, this is the Oz eSIM Racing League Season 5 of the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. We're here at Road America for round 3 of Season 5's competition. Our current race leader, Matteo Manelli, Ash Rogers in 2nd. Stephen Vargas currently 3rd. Jacob Fraser and Jacob Smith round out our 4th and 5th spots. Justin Penfather is in 6th, 7th, Ben Mead, Greg Cook in 8th, Jaffa, Kane Lewis in 9th, Cole Brittingham rounds out the 10th spot, Jeff Price in 11th, Ram Jam Potter in 12th, Wade Georgeson, 13th. Whenever Wade and Wayne's names are close by, it's so hard for me. Wayne Rogers in 14th, Brock Clark 15th, Hugh Husserilla back there at 16th, 17th, David Jansen Milan Payrack was our 18th car, but has retired. It is Father's Day round in Australia, so happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Hope you had a good day. Yeah, the stream itself seems okay. Side battles, that was the Fanta and the Gamer Fuel car, not the Solo and the Gamer Fuel car. The Fanta car did not come off that one first at best. He definitely was second at best as we wait for the cameras to try and catch back up to our cars here. I'm trying to... Come on. What's going on, iRacing? After those extra pits there, Ash Rogers falling back to 11th from that second place run. Stephen Varga, Jacob Fraser 1 and 2. Justin Penfather's managed to stay in the top 3 spot with Ben Mead and Jacob Smith 4th and 5th as we come into the final 5 laps of this race at the completion of this one. Good. Try and see if we can catch some action occurring on the track as it happens. Jeff Price, there's Kane Lewis. Greg Cook up ahead of him. Jeff Price actually about 2 seconds behind this pack. If the cameras, not cameras, if iRacing would play ball, what is going on tonight? There's hiccups. Always something different each week, iRacing. Thanks for throwing curveballs my way. As we watch Jeff Price in 9th place. Try and race down Kane Lewis there ahead of him. Keep Cole Brittingham behind him. But also catch up to Greg Cook. Looks like Jeff's going to make a move. Try and close that gap down a bit. About 1.2 seconds. We can just see Kane's car just ahead. The KFC finger-licking good one. As Jeff Price powers down past him. McPherson's contract, the Shell Helix Ultra 73 machine, just made to look like it was a little bit slower there. Jeff Price just able to get around him. Kane's back there in 9th. He's going to have Cole Brittingham behind him shortly, battling him as well. He's going to want to try and get that car up to Jeff Price's car, continue this front 8th and 9th battle more so. All right, I normally say it's kind of customary to do this with the lead car, but we'll say it's kind of customary to spend a lap with Stephen Varga these days, because that's what we're about to do. He's racing down the start-finish line. He's about to start lap 12 of 15 in this first heat. So let's just sit back and take a look at how Vargas does his magic. So Kane Lewis Meatball jumped to the pits. Once we've finished here with this lap, we'll come back and have a look at that, see what happened. Looks like he's come off track, possibly slammed one of the safety walls. It's a downhill run now. We've got a little bit of an uphill climb. Into the flat section of the track around the corner here. I've come up to the big left-hander with the sweeping right-hander. Should watch Stephen carry a fair bit of speed out of this turn into this one. Carry it through in third gear. Gets past the apex, hits the accelerator into fourth off. He'll go here now. It's going to be a fairly quick run down the backstretch of the track. A bit off the gas for that right-hander, but nothing crazy. Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina. Shrub God in the chat. Welcome in, Shrubs. Just coming up on the finish of the 12th of 15 laps in our first of two heats here tonight, 2 15-lap heats. It was eSims Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 5. It is round 3, Road America. We're in Wisconsin, USA, Elkhart Lake, to be exact. Welcome in, brother. All right, as promised, let's go back and just see what happened to Kane. Oh, he got loose there, slammed it straight into the wall. Yep, that is definitely going to be a black flag. And a meatball. He is out for the rest of the night. Will not be back in our second heat. Come on, cameras. There we go. We've been having a few iRacing hiccups tonight, Shrubs, so bear with us. I'm not sure if it's me or iRacing, but a little bit of a blink happening in parts of the race from time to time. Bot not running. What's he supposed to do at Capitals? Okay, so yeah, we're having a few hiccups here tonight. I'm not sure what's going on, but just some things aren't acting the way they should. Getting decent speeds. Just, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. This is the weather. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I assume it's iRacing, but of course my shoutouts aren't working either, so it could be something on my end. Currently riding along in the Great Phantom Machine. He's got Matteo Manelli just ahead of him. That is Jacob Smith in the Great Machine. He's got the solo. Is that the solo car? Yeah, it is, of Greg Cook. Whoa! Carrying a bit of extra speed through the corner there. Oh, come on, iRacing. If it is me, I've tried to kill whatever might be causing bandwidth issues. There goes Discord. We'll get rid of that now. But that doesn't seem to be doing anything either. Come on! What is going on with this tonight? Jacob Smith, Greg Cook, Matteo Minelli 5th, 6th and 7th. Looks like Jacob, once we got through some of those technical glitches, fallen back to 6th spot outside the top 5 there. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. 8 days to go for an internet upgrade. I did have a modem issue the other day, and there's been some funky things going on, so maybe I need to reset it, or it might be damaged. I don't know. I've run some tests and things. It works. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like with Griff's Twitch issues. You know, like, you can do all the tests you want and can't see it, and then the moment you try and do it, it presents itself. Pain in the butt. Solo versus Grape. A Fanta Solo will get the win in my books every time. Still see Matteo Minelli up ahead of this 2-car pack. Actually, I wonder if these two will be able to draft their way up to Matteo. If they work together, they might be able to use this last lap. No, not enough track time left remaining. Oh, no, sorry. Stevens just started the final lap. So one lap going. So we'll stick with this battle, see how this one goes. All right, looks like Greg Cook is going to keep this battle alive. There is a battle for second place going on. We'll jump up and check that on out. That's Jacob Fraser. Oh, no, sorry, for third and fourth, maybe. There it is. There, Justin Penfather, Ben Mead. Looks like Ben Mead might have overdriven it, though, and gone off the track a little bit. Jump back to this battle because they are getting pretty close on the track map. There is another battle going on with Wade Georgeson and Wayne Rogers there, as we all come around to the last lap of our first heat of 2 here tonight. Yeah, go on, right there, perfect timing. Looks like David Jansen also retired. So 18 cars started with us tonight, 15 still on the track. 15 will continue this racing battle. We've got Consi's races coming. We've still got one more feature race. But Milan Payrak, Kane Lewis, David Jansen, they have retired. Oh, Stephen Varga gets the checkered flag. Comes second place, Jacob Fraser. Looks like Justin Penfather going to lock in third on this Father's Day run. Happy Father's Day, Shrub God, as well. Docs that you're a dad, but happy Father's Day, brother. Hope you got spoiled by your little Shrub God. There's Justin Penfather, Ben Mead taking fourth and fifth. Third and fourth. Matteo Minelli will take out the 5th spot as we wrap up the first of 2 races here tonight. Little battle still remaining on the track. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I did. Visits, phone calls, messages, and all of that sort of stuff present and whatnot. I even had my first morning coffee in my first ever Father's Day coffee mug. Still got that thing, haven't broken it yet. All right, the last couple of cars getting it ready to cross the finish line. We'll have our official results on the screen prior to starting our 3-lap consi. Will be inverted starting order to this finish. All right, there we go. Let's get to those results quickly before we get to the next grid. All right, Maylan, Payrack 18th, Kane Lewis 17th, 16th, David Jansen, Hugh Husserilla 15th, Clifford Ramjam Potter in 14th, Brock Clark finished 13th. Wade Georgeson 12th, Wayne Rogers 11th, our top 10, Ash Rogers in 10th, Cole Brittingham 9th, Jeff Price 8th, 7th, Jacob Smith and Greg Cook in 6th, Matteo Manelli, our top 5, Ben Mead in 4th, our podium finishes in 3rd, Justin Penfather, Jacob Fraser in 2nd, but Stephen Vargas is the man of the night. Can he take it all? He did this last week, went back to back 3 races, the 2 features and the consi, wins in all of them. Let's see if he can do it again tonight. Let's get to the grid for this one. It's going to be the front of 3 rows will be empty, so they will promote. But Milan Payrak, Kane Lewis qualified front row. David Jansen and Juha Cirilla, second row. Ramjam Potter and Brock Clark on that 3rd row. 4th row is going to be Wade Georgeson and Wayne Rogers. Ash Rogers and Cole Brigham on that 5th row. And we've got Jeff Price and Jacob Smith on the 5th row. Sorry, Greg Cook, Ben Mead, Justin Penfather, Jacob Fraser, Stephen Varga, David Jansen, Kane Lewis. No, Kane Lewis are back there already from the start as we get to our race screen and get our quick 3-lap dash underway. Okay, we do still have the 10-minute warm-up, so I won't worry about taking any breaks just yet. We'll wait till the 10-minute warm-up comes along, and we'll go from there. But 3-lap dash, stay up the leader for a little bit and sort of watch this, see if we can see Stephen build the league or get challenged for the lead. Juha Cirilla is our race leader at the moment. Ramjam Potter 2nd, Wayne Rogers back there in 3rd, Ash Rogers, no relation, I will state that every time probably, in 4th, Jeff Price, our top 5, Cole Brigham, Jacob Smith, Matteo Manelli, Stephen Varga, Greg Cook, the top 10, Ben Mead, Justin Penfather, Jacob Fraser, the 11th, 12th and 13th. Looks like Brock Clark and Wade Georgeson in the pits. Can't see any crashing on the telemetry. Oh, there's the Shrubs' his little intro music. If you are a regular and you do come along and you do want some intro music, just let me know if you've got anything in mind also. More than happy to accommodate. Trying to get the camera to cycle through the rest of the racing. There we go. Thank you, camera crew. Do your job. Clark still in the pits, as is Wade Georgeson. Just 13 cars on the track. It's a bit of grass being cut as they come down over the hill. Jackson Sufong in the chat. Hey Bob, how's your night been? Good, my friend. Good, brother. Haven't seen you in track for a bit. Look, not to get into much of anything, but have some of the changes sort of affected the 104 Motorsports side of things, or you guys just chillaxing? I try not to get caught up or stay abreast of anything sort of behind the scenes too much. Jeff Price there, fourth place. Wayne Rogers just ahead of him. Ram Jam is a little bit further up ahead. New Husarilla, a race, a leader. Ash Rogers there in the Tradie Energy Drink Machine. In fifth place, Cole Brittingham and Stephen Varga behind him. Stephen Varga making that move. There's only one more lap after this. We're about halfway through this lap. So about halfway point of this Consi. Is there enough for Stephen to race back? I don't think there is. Look, let's turn it into the Varg show, but let's just jump back to Vargs and watch him. Let's just see how he goes. He's got the Gamer Fuel guy as behind him and the Grape Fanta car and Justin Penfather and Jacob Smith. They were in the count before in the main race. So a little shock that they are following Stephen Varga up through the pack as best they could. All right, white flag a lap before we get to our 10-minute warm-up break. One more main event to go. 15 laps still to come in our feature race here tonight. Elkhart Lake is our host, Wisconsin, USA, as the white flag gets waved by Barney. Barks moves himself past Carl, bringing him up into sixth. He's now going to challenge for the top 5. Ash Rogers is next. Quantum Pecky's racing machine is just hard to beat. I don't think there's going to be enough race and a track, though, for him to really get into that top 3, top 5 sort of run. He's certainly chipping away, though. Watching that leaderboard there, Ash Rogers and Stephen Varga, 5th and 6th on the leaderboard there. Just watch that little gap next to Ash Rogers' number, next to his, his gap is +4. He's up 4 stat, but that is dropping 4.2 now, about to hit 4.1 and under 4 seconds. But like I say, coming down the faster bits of the track, I don't know he's going to have enough time. We'll keep an eye on the leaderboard, but we'll check out some other cars before we get to the end of this Consi race. Didn't think we'd get through the entire Consi with that one. So just wait for a bit of catch up. There we go. Ooh. Oh, come on. We're coming into the final turn. Game, give me a break. Fuck's sake. Oh, they are side by side. Who's going to get there first? Looks like Ash Rogers just beat him down the line there. Stephen Vargas 6th, Ash Rogers 5th. But we'll get to all the rest of the results. But what a run up in the Consi that was for Stephen Varga. Holy crap. We might actually be able to get through all of these results before the so officially 18th, David Jansen, Kane Lewis, 17th, Milan Payrack, 16th, Wade Georgeson, 15th, Brock Clark, 14th, Ben Mead in 13th, 12th, Ram Jam Potter, Matteo Manelli in 11th, Greg Cook, 10th, Jacob Smith finished 9th, Jacob Fraser, 8th, Carl Brigham, 7th, 6th was Justin Penfather. Stephen Varga got himself up to the top 5 with a 5th place finish. Ash Rogers in 4th, Wayne Rogers, no relation, in 3rd. Jeff Price finished 2nd, but our Consi winner, Juha Cirilla, congratulations, sir. The guys are now going to take a 10-minute break. There is a warm-up that they can get out and do on the track, so we'll get the cars, cameras, and everything all set up for that. Man, Hayden having this is not to have a break, but we should be back there. Excellent. Good to hear, my friend. Good to hear. A reset, a refresh is always good. I'm finding that some of my issues I had when I stopped playing last time have gone, and my throttle control and stuff's a little bit better. So I find, a little bit of a break. I had an extended break, but a little bit of break's not that bad. show when it's intermission screen. All right, I better have me talking on here as well. There we go. All right, so looks like we've got a cool little intermission screen going on. Bob's going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, if not sooner. Clark doing some brakies on the way out of the pits there. Nice work, Brocky. Nice work. Right, we'll flick back over to the proper screen as our BobbethTV broadcast gets ready to resume. Warm-up's about to end in about a little over a minute's time. We'll get our second of two main events underway. 15 laps here at Road America. All part of the Oz eSims Racing League. Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 5, Round 3. Exclusively on BobbethTV, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Sunday nights. Tuesday nights, they also have the GT3 Challenge. That is coming up in a couple of nights. Only a few more rounds of that to go before they decide the champion, that one. Everyone rushing, get those drinks, get those stretched legs, get everything sorted. We're about to get ready and going again. All right, there we go. That's the 10-minute warm-up mark done. We'll switch over in a second. We'll get our final race of the night out of the way. All right, you are Cirilla, Jeff Price. That'll be the front row. Second row is going to be Wayne Rogers and Ash Rogers. No relation. Stephen Varga and Justin Penfather on the third row. Carl Brigham and Jacob Fraser on that fourth row. Jacob Smith and Greg Cook, fifth row. Matteo Minelli and Cliff Ramjam Potter on that sixth row. Ben Mead and Brock Clark on that seventh row. Wade Georgeson will line up on that eighth row. Milan Payra, Kane Lewis and David Jansen not in the rest of this race. They had retired from the first heat and are not taking the field. So we might be missing a few other cars there. Wayne Rogers. But David Jansen might actually be on the track here. So Wayne Rogers missing out on his second place start. See if we can't try and catch some of the mayhem off the start here. We got Cirilla, Ash Rogers, Jacob Fraser. Looks like someone completely cut that corner. It's hard to tell who. But they are 3 wide almost for second place there. That is Ash Rogers, Jeff Price, and I think Stephen Varga as Ash Rogers unfortunately comes off the track, having a bit of trouble getting it back on there, keeping it straight. Jacob Smith there, he's outside that top 5. Greg Cook, Jeff Price, Justin Penfather, Stephen Varga, Yoha Cirilla, the top 5 ahead of him. Look, some more cars. Look at Cole Brigham back there. I think that was. Wasting a little time getting these cars back up to that race speed. They've just spent a fair bit of time, 18 laps on the track. They're fairly familiar with how it runs, so they're able to get up to speed a lot quicker than if it was the first heat. And we can see that here. Jacob Fraser, Wade Georgeson, and look like it's Ben Mead. I think, whoa, a couple of cars taking that turn a bit quick there, going off the grass, or someone just clipped the wall there. That was, I think, Wade Georgeson. But Cliff Potter tried to make a move on the outside of Jeff Price, and looks like there was a bit of contact between the two. That has brought both of them unstuck. Oh, Cliff tried to take off, and it just threw it into the wall there. There's Ash Rogers. He's made his way back up to 13th from 15th. Carl Brittingham behind. No, that's Brock Clark. Yeah, Carl Brittingham, Brock Clark behind him. Looks like David Jansen just ahead of him there. Or side by side him there. These guys mean business this race. Yeah, I feel like that was, look, nothing wrong with Cliff's move on the outside there. I feel like the other guy might have over-defended his spot and should have just maybe let him take it and just had the other 13 laps to race it back. But that's racing for you. Stephen Varga wasted little time. He started 5th place on the field, 3rd row back. He's in our race leader already. US Thrillers back to 2nd. Greg Cook 3rd. Jacob Smith 4th. Justin Penfather 5th. Our top 10, Matteo Manelli, Ben Mead, Wade Georgeson, Jeff Price, and Jacob Fraser. Ash Rogers, Carl Brittingham, David Jansen, Ramjam Potter, and Brock Clark round out the 11 to 15. We did have 18 cars register, but Kane Lewis, Jaffa has parked it. Wayne Rogers parked it. Milan Payrack parked it. David Jansen was a member of the parked it team, but obviously back out on the track. Good on him. Jacob Fraser in the Vodafone machine. See a little bit of slide on exit there. We'll see a little bit of slide there as well. He is really running a little bit off track. Not quite, but just enough that it's using as much of the track as possible. But he is trying to keep as much speed as he can. He is driving that thing hard. He really wants to catch up to Wade George and Jeff Price ahead of him. Hope his Norton 360 subscription is good. Stick with this battle for as long as we can, just because he has closed down on Wade Georgeson there. Jeff Price up ahead. Managed to sort of pull away. That does happen when you've got another car sort of challenging you, trying to defend. You can't spend that time challenging in front. So the two Mustangs engaged in battle here. The prize is the Chev up ahead. Quick jump up into the top 3, but back here to this back battle. Wade Georgeson trying to fend off Jacob Fraser, the top 10. Ash Rogers there. He's 7 spots down from his starting position of 4th, sorry. He's in 11th at the moment. No, we're only lap 3 in at 15, so 5th of the way in, but pretty smooth battle so far. A few mistakes early on in Heat 1 that have been avoided this time around. Like I say, the boys have raced 18 laps, well now 21 laps on this track. They are more than familiar. If you're not more than familiar with how it operates by now, then you might not have put enough time in on the track. Because yeah, these boys seem to know what's going on, where the speed is. And because they're all utilising it, making it very hard to gain any positions at the moment. Oh, great Phantom machine. Jacob Smith got a bit loose there. Did lose 2 positions, I believe. It's fallen back to 7th. Ben Mead, Uhasarilla able to get by him. Oh, sorry. Cough. Excuse me, and a burp, but I let that one go live. Good work, Bob. Ash Rogers, Carl Brittingham, Wade Georgeson. That is 10th, 11th, and 12th there. Looks like Wade's going to make a move on Ash. sure what happened with Ash there for that speed transfer, but looks like Wade Georgeson might have the next battle at him. Let's see how this one goes. Stephen Varga looks like about a 6-second lead over second and third. 10 seconds total over top 5. Oh, some late braking there, but Wade Georgeson not able to get his car in front of Ashes as the Ashes come around the corner, and bit of nose to bum action, and Wade Georgeson unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time there. As he tries to get the car going again, he's going to wait for some cars to come through the section. Oof, we saw this battle earlier, Game of Fuel versus Solo. Solo had the run. I think Game of Fuel had the battle beat over the grape fanted machine. Tony Minelli there as well. This is second, third, and fourth place at the moment. 4 laps of 15 in. Second and third, both Mustangs. The fourth car, Matteo Minelli, that is a Chevrolet. Third of the way in, 5 laps in. Once this lap is done, 10 more remain. Stephen Varga wasn't able to secure the trifecta here tonight, but will go back-to-back for the heat racing if he can keep this up. He won the first heat. He is currently leading the second heat by almost 7 seconds. The last time we checked in, it was about 6 seconds. So he's managed to build a second lead in about a lap. .707, Wade Georgeson in pit lane. We saw him having some troubles earlier. Tried to make an insider pass, but just as on exit, drifted up into the lane of Ash Rogers. There was some contact, and Wade unfortunately spun out. Jacob Smith, Yasarilla, Ben Mead. I think that's Jeff Price in 8th back there behind the Grape Fanta machine. It is. So we've got 8th to 4th here. Very tight pack. 3rd and 2nd, 4th. Oh, sorry, no, 8th to 5th. 4-car pack, Bob. 4th to 2nd is the battling for those positions. Great Fanta car. Oh, just a little bit of contact there with Yasarilla, the pink machine. That would not have gone well if they did. Looked like he backed off just in time. Remember, 1 mandatory pit stop as well tonight, so still got that to come. That will be a strategic one. See what sort of times people have got over other cars and how fast they can get in and out compared to the others. Oh, yes, really carrying a lot of speed there. Looked like he tried to wash some off. Able to keep it going before it hit the wall. Oh, no, there is some contact there. It looks like him and Jeff Price. Looks like it was just building up to that eventual contact. Here comes Jacob Fraser behind Jeff Price now as well. Jeff's going to want to get this car up to speed as quickly as possible. Right, sorry about that, just clicking a few things away. There's some issues there. Jeff Price is going to head on into the pitch. Jacob Smith as well. Let's do the old checkaroonie and see who... wrong one, Bob. That one needs to be there. Well, that one. Nope, done it again. It's this one. There we go. All right, so we can see there, Wade Georgeson, he went to the pits in lap 5, but he is out of our race. 14 cars remain. Greg Cook, Jeff Price, Jacob Smith have all been into the pits. So now it is going to be how fast can they get that 2-kilometre gap from the lead car away. And hope that Stephen delays it a lap or two before heading in to the pits. Lap 7 and 15. Once this one's finished, it's going to be 7 laps remaining. We're almost at the halfway mark of this battle. 14.5 minutes in. Riken in the Twitch chat. Howdy, brother. Howdy yourself. Well, howdy brother. This is the way I was supposed to do it. Mine was the howdy brother, yours was the howdy. Welcome in. We're in the halfway mark of heat 2 of 2 heats here tonight for the Gen 3 V8 Supercars, Oz ECM Racing's Racing League. We're here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin for Road America. And it has been a great battle so far. Currently, we've got Juha Cirilla here in top 5, Jacob Fraser in 6th, battling it out. We do have a couple of other battles up ahead, 2nd and 3rd. We've got a little bit of an iRacing hiccup tonight with the connection. Not sure if it's my end or their end. I think it might be my end, actually. That I need to look into, but not sure what the problem is. Nothing's changed. So we've had a bit of bad weather lately. It might be a bit of water on the lines, causing some hiccups. We do have some speed upgrades coming up in 8 days, though. So 5 times the connection speed. So hopefully that improves things as well. But we'll just bear with it. Justin Penfather, we just passed him in the pits there. A couple of early pits. Might be advantageous because, like I say, a full lap is what, about 2 minutes 15, 2:17. So getting in now and hoping that some of these guys stay out a lap or two, it allows you to close that gap back down a little bit and hopefully gain a position. Stephen Varga, 11-second lead over Matteo Minelli in 2nd place, though. Ben Mead 3rd. That man on our screens there, the Vodafone 81. Jacob Fraser 4th. Juha Cirilla in 5th. Cole Brigham, Ash Rogers, Justin Penfather, Jacob Smith, Jeff Price, the top 10 behind them. Ramjam Potter, Cliff Potter in the pits in 11th. Greg Cook's just passed him, pushing back to 12th. He's moved up to 11th. David Jansen will now push him to 13th, and we'll push Cliff down to 13th and him up to 12th. And that Brock Clark, looks like Brock might be a lap down, so he'll stay in 14th as he's the last car on the track. All right, we're going to get it out of the way early here tonight in Heat 2 because I'm just going to go do something really quickly. But it is customary that we drive along and do a full lap in the cockpit of our leader. It's become customary that we sort of do a ride along in the cockpit of Stephen Varga as well. So here we go. Both the race leader and Vargs himself, Stephen Varga, is going to take us for a lap around Road America. Hang on and hold on. I'll be back, guys. even on the thing. Okay, coming up up to the big left-hander here on the track map, and then the sweeping right-handing looping sort of corner. Bit of a run in, fast entry, but rolls through. Stephen does. As you can see there, doesn't really push it too much until he gets towards the just past the apex here and takes off. It's pretty much a little bit of backing off here to get around this turn, and then it's just all speed. So get down through this corner into the right-hander that come up in just a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Didn't really slow down too much for it. Down through the gears a bit, but back on the throttle he is. Just this through the S's, through the sweepers. And the final right-hander onto the straightaway to complete lap 9. He's going to start lap 10. 5 laps still to come. Oh, he is going to go into the pits at perfect time to jump off Stephen Varga as he completes lap 9, and we'll finish up with his mandatory pit stop. 48 of Matteo Manelli, Ben Mead, Jacob Fraser, they're all going to come up on him very soon. But also, if we double check, they have their pit stops to come as well. Jacob Fraser, Ash Rogers, David Jansen, the only ones left really to pit. A lot of cars in the pits at the moment. Trying to get some racing action still on our screens, but just jump to Justin. Just give the Alston Blacks Game of Fuel Machine a view here. Justin Penfather, one of our Australian drivers, is going to start lap 10. Stephen Vargas coming out of the pits. Looks like he's already out of the pits, so he'll resume that race lead. That time is rapidly dropping, though, as Justin just gets past Matteo Manelli and Jacob Smith. Just reconfirm. Okay, yeah, Justin has had his mandatory pit stop, so off we go. This is going to be the final leg. Just 5 more laps of this track to go tonight. We are back tomorrow morning. Knuckleheads iRacing League took the week off last week for last week. Oh, look out! Jacob Fraser in 6th, loses control. So fall back to 7th. It isn't impacted too much, but here comes Greg Cook in 8th. He's going to have a bit of speed on him. They have enough to get by him, but yeah, Knuckleheads iRacing League took last week off. They're an American league, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning Australians for their Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night American racing competition. That is back tomorrow. Dirt Street Stocks UMPs, I believe, but yeah, come along and check that. Dirt Track Oval Racing. There's Brock Clark, Cliff Potter, Ram Jam himself behind him. That's 12th and 13th. Is it certain cameras it doesn't like? Because that was when I changed cameras. That was weird. We'll go back to this one because it seemed quite steady on this one. All right, 18 registered for tonight's racing action. We're in our final heat of 2. 14 remain. Milan Payrak is in 18th officially. Wayne Rogers 17th. Kane Lewis in 16th. Wade Georgeson finished 15th in the race currently. David Jansen is in 14th spot. 13th Ram Jam Potter. Brock Clark's in 12th. That's the man on the screens there, the Mitre 10 machine. Up ahead of them is Ash Rogers in 11th. Colt Brittingham's got the 10th spot. Juha Thriller in 9th. Greg Cook 8th. Jacob Fraser currently 7th. And Jeff Price 6th. Our top 5. Ben Mead, 4th place. Jacob Smith, our podium runners at the moment. Matteo Manelli in 3rd. Justin Penfather in 2nd. And Stephen Varga currently in 1st. Oh, looks like Brock getting past there by Cliff. Went a little bit wide there. Might have conceded and just gone wide to allow Cliff through. So Ben Mead and Jacob Smith having a bit of a battle. We might try and sort of... I was going to say catch up to that, but Jacob Smith off track as we say that. We give him the broadcaster's curse before we even get there. Is Ram Jam and Brock Clark still. Main battle on the track right now is Greg Cook attempting to hold off Juha Cirilli. Is currently in 8th, Juha 9th. There is a little battle there behind him. Carl Brittingham is not that far back off their pack, and Ramjam Potter, Brock Clark also battling for 12th and 13th as we get to lap 12 of 15. Just a few more laps to go in tonight's racing action. There's Carl Brittingham in the background there. Top 10 run for him at the moment. So we stick with 9th and 8th place. Currently the solo machine has got the run. That is Greg Cook. Behind him, Juha Cirilli. Wrong tab, Bob. So check out a couple of these battles we can see on the track map. Let's see. It says... Looks like Jacob Fraser was in a battle with Carl, but Carl's a little bit further back. Greg Cook, Jeff Price, Juha Cirilli, they're all up ahead of them guys. Still with the technical issues. Apologies about that, guys and girls. Got some ideas on some things I can try tomorrow if it is my end. Eighth, 9th, and 10th. Sorry, no, 7th, 8th, and 9th, actually. That's Greg Cook, Juha Cirilli. Jacob Fraser is the third car in the background. There he is there, the Vodafone machine just coming into view. We're on lap 13 of 15. 2 more still to come after this one. You can see on the track map, the 868 coming up to the bend at the moment. So he's around the halfway mark of this race. Should have a look. Yeah, just past the halfway mark, 12.56. Laps in. Pardon me. I mean this with love, but anyone watching right now, Juha Surila, he knows. We've had our laughs when I confuse him as a Swedish driver. He's a Finnish race car driver, and the Finns and the Swedes have this sort of loving rivalry. And when his picture comes back up, no, that's there he is. Um, I mean this lovingly, but I'm getting good by horses vibes of his racing pick. Is it just me? That's mean, Bob. I can't believe I said that. Sometimes you can just think the things you think. You don't have to say the quiet things loud. You can keep them quiet. A little bit of a blinky blink there still. So one of those temporary fixes I just did that I thought might have been the issue is not the case. So that rules some things out. As we come around this right-hander. Get the 14th of 15 laps underway. Stephen Varga is going to be our overall victor if he keeps it up. He won the first heat, is our leader by about 18, almost 19 seconds here in the second heat. Wasn't able to secure a victory in the Consi for the clean sweep. Yeah, Cyrilla getting a bit loose there, trying to keep Jacob Fraser back there in ninth, but looks like Jacob's going to get by him. On the inside line officially is Jacob Fraser. That's going to give him the advantage on most of the run. Going to give him late braking opportunities. Carl Brittingham makes an appearance back there in 10th still. Oh, no, Juha's got the inside line here. It's going to push him back to 8th. Jacob might have the run on exit, though, as he does have that nose just past the bum there as they come under brakes. Yeah, Juha had to let the Vodafone machine through, but he's going to just put that car battle back on straight in. Wasn't able to get up alongside him and get that nose in like he wanted, but we'll continue the chase. There's the top 5 car, Jacob Smith, Jeff Price back there in 6th behind him. This is 8th place, Jacob Fraser here. Juha Cyrilla's back in 9th. As our white flag lap is about to commence. See it up there in the top left corner of your screen on the leaderboard. The rest of the guys got to finish this lap first, but Stephen Varga officially on the 15th and final lap of tonight's race, the 48, the 18. Matteo Manelli's Justin Penfather, 2nd and 3rd. They're racing up on it as well as Ben Mead, Jacob Smith here, and Jeff Price. So we might have seen Greg Cook a little bit there in the background, but nope, not yet. Coming home on the last lap, David Jansen running 14th, 13th currently Brock, 12th Cliff Ram Jam Potter, 11th is Ash Rogers, 10th Carl Brittingham, Juha Thriller in 9th, 8th Jacob Fraser currently, Greg Cook in 7th, 6th Jeff Price. Our top 5 currently Jacob Smith, Ben Mead, Justin Penfather, Matteo Manelli, and our race leader Stephen Varga. Where is Stephen? Stephen Varga coming up on lap traffic. Let's give him his flowers. Let's jump up to Vargs and watch him bring this one home. He is coming up on the 08 of David Jansen in 14th up there. Don't think it's going to be any concern whatsoever. But we will note that he is there, and you would imagine that Stephen Varga considerably quicker on the track. All right, just going to pop some quick links. in the chat. Twitch TV /BobbethTV. That's our Twitch arm of our broadcasting. Stephen Varga, congratulations on taking out Road America in the round 3 of season 5 of the Gen 3 V8 Supercars. That's our main streaming arm. So it's sort of customary at the end of the stream. We'll raid out to one of my fellow Twitch streamers, check some other stuff out. Why is it not on the track on some cars? Let's get down to the race. So yeah, if you are watching via Facebook or YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to, jump on over to the Twitch channel. And when we wrap up, we will check out someone streaming possibly a different game. But they're just fellow people we've met and have supported each other along the way. Oh, there is an auction going on over at Fat Duck with Sato. We might even go check that out. Fat Duck Gaming's the other side of the online world of mine. 5M roleplay, GTA roleplay servers. We've had a few guys come in and get in the chat. Riken is from there. There's Ben Mead just doing a bit of a breaky burnout as he comes around the turn. If we just wait out Brock Clark and David Jansen to finish up. We'll get our official results up on the screen. So there's David as he comes down the back through the windy bits. Right-hander onto the backstretch, and around he comes. Looks like the auction might be over, actually. You too, Riken. Thanks for tuning in, brother. All right, looks like we've got the official results for this race ready to go. So we know we had some non-starters. Maylan, Kane Lewis for McPherson's Machines in 18th. Maylan at Payrack 17th. Wayne Rogers and Wade Georgeson 16th and 15th. But then our official finishes, David Jansen in 14th. Brock Clark finished 13th. Cliff Ramjam Potter in 12th. Track Limit Racing, Ash Rogers in 11th. Carl Brittingham in 10th. Yuha Cirillo finished in 9th. And Jacob Fraser 8th. Unhired Racing's Greg Cook in 7th. And Jeff Price finished 6th. Our top 5, Jacob Smith, the other McPherson's Machine driver. Ben Mead finished 4th. Justin Penfather 3rd. Second was, thank you, Grid, the results screen, Matteo Minelli, our Italian driver, in a second. But Vargs, Quantum Pecky Racing's Stephen Varga will take out the win here tonight. So that's it for the Aussie Sim Racing League Sunday night racing. They'll be back Tuesday night for the GT3 Challenge. Around 7:45-ish. But tomorrow morning, around 9:40, 9:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, Knuckleheads iRacing League's Dirt Track Oval Racing comes back. So come check that out. It's a lot of fun to watch. Never boring. All right, guys and girls, let's find someone to raid out to. I was going to go GTA. We still can. Sebi Fergo, one of our police officer guys on Fat Duck, doing a bit of a doing a Father's Day stream. Looks like he's got a 24-hour stream coming up for his birthday. So let's go give him some support and see what he's up to. So I appreciate you all. So as I say, if you're watching via YouTube or Facebook, now is the time to quickly jump over to the twitch.tv link. If not, you will get left behind, but we appreciate you all coming out and watching. Shrub God, Hell Reaper, Riken, Jackson for tuning in as well. Everyone else that just sort of lurked in the background and watched, appreciate you all. Thanks for coming out, and let's go check out some Sebi Fergo. Thanks for watching.